Welcome back to Anthony Lee Raw. Guys, today we're looking at Fetch.AI. How low can this go? The dump continues. We're going to dive in and take a look at that. I'm going to give you some correct support and resistance level. Everyone out there is giving you incorrect ones, all the ones that I've seen. Anyway, I'm going to show you how to find that so you don't miss this opportunity. If you like this video, or even if you don't like what I'm saying, give me a reaction, thumbs up or thumbs down. I'm going to continue to do the altcoin videos for the ones that get the most reactions. So whether you like it or not, you might want to see more Fetch content in the future. So give me a reaction, thumbs up, thumbs down, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. Let's dive on in. Looking at Fetch on the 10-day time frame. And before I continue, what you're seeing here, this indicator is the Damien indicator. Gave us this most recent dump here. You can only get this Damien indicator at AnthonyLeeRaw.com. So get on over there. It works on any time frame, any asset. It is the best. I know that I'm a little partial, but I'm sorry. It's the best indicator you'll ever see. So if you can find one that does better, you let me know. But it gives you all of the good moves, all of them. And again, any time frame. So look at this. You just can't beat it. You can't beat this. Think about how much you can make on these trades, guys. Anyway, AnthonyLeeRaw.com. Come on over. Click on the indicators tab, and the one you see on the screen is Damien Pro. That is my personal version. I created the indicator, my personal version. It is there, or you can get Damien Classic, just as good. Get over there and get it, guys. Let's dive back in. So we're looking at Fetch on the 10-day time frame, and I'm going to toggle Damien off here so that we can just have a little more clear screen. Dumping down. Coming for, it looks like we're coming for this October 10th wick low. Now, depending on what exchange you're looking at, I'm on the Binance chart. You may not see this wick low here on October 10th, but it is there. And it's important that you look at other exchanges to find things like that. And I'll show you how if you're not sure. Like, for example, I click over the Coinbase chart. It's not there, right? The October 10th wick low stopped up here somewhere. But on other exchanges, it continued down. Looking at the Kraken website, it's not there either. But you can clearly see it is there on the Binance chart. So if you're not sure, or if you just want the average, you can come in for any asset and type in your ticker USD and look for the one that says crypto, just crypto right here. That's the TradingView logo. You can click on that and it's going to give you the average, okay? That means some exchanges like Coinbase and Kraken were up here, Binance was down here, and this is the average in the middle, and this averages everything out. The only problem with this chart is you can't throw on a value area range or a volume profile. It won't give it to you. See, I've clicked it, it won't populate, and I don't know. They didn't tell me why, but I'm assuming they didn't want to go as in-depth with the algorithm as to calculate the volume for each exchange. For example, like whatever's being transacted right here on Coinbase, it may be, I don't have no idea, but it may be 10,000 coins. But on Binance, it may be 100,000 coins. So the value area range or volume profile is going to be very different based upon the exchange. Anyway, but this will give you the average to where all the prices went. And we have just taken that out on the average price. However, we have clearly not taken it out on all exchanges because it is still there on Binance. So the question remains, do we come for that or not? Now, what you're going to see and what you're already seeing people do is come back here to the left, and this is dumb. If people are doing this, you should really unsubscribe. I'm sorry, but it's true. They're going to get you wrecked. And they're coming down here, and they're saying, oh, my God, you have support, resistance. This was clear support right there, blah, 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 blah. Comparing it to last cycle, and that's dumb. You can't always look left. The problem is people get used to looking left on Bitcoin, and they think you can do that on altcoins, and you can't. It doesn't work that way. I'm going to prove it to you. The reason it doesn't work that way is because most altcoins have heavy token unlocks. So whatever your supply is here is not the same as it was here. For example, on Fetch back here, you had 750 million coins in circulation. Now you have 2.3 billion. That's a big difference. So your support and resistance aren't going to be the same. How you find that is through market cap. And look here. Look, I don't think you can argue that this line right in here is pretty good support and resistance, like amazing support and resistance. Actually, look way back here. It was support, resistance, support, support, resistance, support, support. But then over in this section here, you just knifed right through it like it wasn't even there. The reason for that is you increased your circulating supply. Your circulating supply is not the same as it was back here. So this level did not hold up, not even close. I mean, it's like it wasn't even there, right? And we're going to look at that level on market cap. Let's go over there now and find what support and resistance we can. Anybody just saying, oh, well, this is our next line, they're dumb. Unfollow them. I'm telling you, unfollow them. They're going to get you wrecked because they're the same ones going to be telling you, look, there is your resistance on the way up. Look, there's your resistance. No, it's not. It's not even close because your circulating supply is not the same. So they're going to have you selling at the wrong areas. They're going to be telling you how easy it is to get to all-time high again, 350. No, it's not. In fact, right here, we had a double the market cap as we had right here. Double. But you had 3 extra coins by then. So getting back to this point, you will have to 3x your market cap at this area. It's not that easy. I'm not saying it can't be done. Get on over to the channel. Type in Fetch right here. You can search. I have all the Fetch videos. I show all of this stuff, all the price predictions. But let's go look at what we're looking at now. So we're going to click over to market cap. Let me get rid of this. We're going to click over to market cap right there. Now, here's our market cap. And look at this level, guys. Do you see this level right here, the one we just marked out? I'm going to mark it again so you guys can see. And I'm not, it used to be a support and resistance, but it's no longer support and resistance, right? That level right there. So this first wick right here, I need you to pay attention to this, guys. If you care about your investment, you will pay attention to this. This first level right here was June of 21. So let's go find that on market cap. June of 21. That's right here. Okay, that is that level. So if I throw a line on that level, that is your level of support and resistance that just got knifed through. So you can just see how it's not the same on price. We haven't even reached it, right? We haven't even reached it, not even close to reaching that on market cap. So we're not to the level of support and resistance that we just knifed through. So anybody showing you levels down here, whatever price was at a support and resistance here, in order to get to this level, price would actually be way down here, okay? So don't listen to those people. I'm telling you, it's like the blind leading the blind. Don't follow them. But I do have our support and resistance marked out on market cap, and I have done the Chinese arithmetic for you, so we can translate that over to price. And here are your support and resistance level based on market cap, okay? You can see coming into here, you had very clear support and resistance here, just sorry about that, guys. Support there, resistance, support, resist. You get the idea. He was very good. And then the obvious one down here at the bottom, support and resistance, support and resistance, support and resistance. So in order to calculate this, you figure out your market cap price, your market cap level in here, and divide by circulating supply. And I've done that. And here are your support levels should we come lower, guys. Should we come lower, your support is going to be here from about 1060 to about 9 cents. So that would be us taking out this October 10th wick low. You could call it a grab and go. Now, it depends. Do you think the low is in for Bitcoin or do you not? If Bitcoin does dump down another 25, 30%, you could see Fetch come down into this lower box, somewhere around 6 to 7 cents. But I don't think so. I'm going to show you a couple reasons why I don't think so. But even if you did, people are going to be calling that bearish because you took out your previous bear market low. But that's not true. As you can see here, even if we did come to that box, you're still nowhere close to your actual bear market low. So Fetch could still be very, very, very bullish. But you're not going to hear people tell you that because they just don't understand tokenomics. But let's throw on a fractal. I'm not a big fractal bro. However, this cycle bottom is lining up awfully familiar with last cycle bottom. And by the way, I don't mind telling you, I do believe that the low is in, the bottom is in for Bitcoin, in my opinion. Clearly, it's not in for all altcoins because some altcoins are still bleeding like Fetch. But look at the fractal from the last bear market low here, guys. Okay? And you can see just how similar this looks, right? And if we were to come down and play out a similar fashion, we would dip into the support box and dip and rip, guys. Dip and rip. You can see if I overlay that, it's not exact candle for candle, but it is pretty dang similar. And you're not really looking for exact candle for candle. What you're looking for is a structure, okay? And it is a similar structure. And we can look at the structure here on price. Even though the levels aren't the same, the structure is very similar. And look at that, guys. Just extremely similar from this area right there. You could just see clear. Sorry, I didn't mean to draw that on there. Just a clear. Sorry, guys. I'm struggling here. clear resemblance there in price. Again, not exact candle for candle, but very, very, very clear, very, very obvious. And that would have it dipping into our support box there. So I think we play out something like this. And guys, this came out of nowhere. This came out of nowhere. Literally, by the time you're him hauling along here, by the time you took it off, it was a dip and rip. And this is a 10x. I'm not saying we're going to do a 10x this time, but if this plays out similarly, we could be very, very close to ripping up and out of here. But the candle that ripped up and out of there, so don't play with this too long, in my opinion, because the candle that actually ripped up and out of there, if we look at it, guys, by the time you bottomed and ripped, this candle here ripped you up 150%. So you could hit 150% pump before you even realize it, guys. So just be very careful, guys. We are close to the bottom, in my opinion. I could be dead wrong, but we are right there with some major, major, major support and resistance levels. So it's going to take some real work to get through there, guys. And I just don't think we do it. That is my opinion. I think we have a dip and rip. I've put out the videos as to why I think Bitcoin is bottomed. And if Bitcoin is bottomed, we're looking for one little flush down on Bitcoin to about 59 to 60K. And that could send Fetch and other alts into this box for a dip and rip, guys. That's what we're looking for. Let me know what you think down below. Get on over, AnthonyLeeRaw.com. Get your Damien indicator. You won't find anything else like it. I guarantee it. Let me know. I'll see you guys next time.